couple of reasons, Paul. When the village of Seacliff board attempted to override the cap, and as you know, municipalities don't need a public vote. They can do it by a majority of the board, a 60% majority. Bruce Kennedy shared that it was the first time in the history of Seacliff that they had to turn people away from Village Hall, that they couldn't fit in. The level of anger among the residents that were there was unbelievable at the idea of overriding the cap. That was just a simple postcard that went out from a group that's forming in our community that's very strong, a tax PAC group that's very, very strong. The sentiment in the community from people that I've spoken to, remember only 37% of our households have school-age children out of the 5,500 households that we have in the district. The number of calls that I get in my office from senior citizens in this community, from people on fixed income who are being forced out of their houses at this point, and the sentiment is that if you attempt to override the cap, which requires a 60% majority, and you don't get it, and then people are angry and you put up a budget that's even less and it doesn't pass, then you're at zero. And that's a real danger. So I think my recommendation to the board, and of course this is a board decision, but my recommendation to the board was to not try to exceed the cap this year, to give us some time to educate the community as to what the cap means, and perhaps in future years when the economy turns around a little bit, to look at overriding the cap.